rumors point to the arrival of a Dallas Cowboys player at the Ravens. There are those who say that the player needs a place to revive his career. Are the Ravens the ideal place for this type of player? Subscribe to the channel to receive all the information about the Ravens. The song remains the same for the Baltimore Ravens as they enter the 7th season of the Lamar Jackson era. The Ravens are again thin at wide receiver, as Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman are the two projected starters for what should amount to a championship lineup. Baltimore will undoubtedly make some additions in the 2024 NFL Draft. But they shouldn't turn their noses up at the idea of signing a veteran who can win 50-50 balls and be a threat in the red zone. That's where Michael Gallup, recently released by the Dallas Cowboys after a series of injuries, comes into play. The Ravens and Gallup are meeting, as the former Colorado State star needs a place to resurrect his career, and the Ravens need to find a replacement for Odell Beckham Jr. considering how the last few years have gone. Both teams need the fit to function at its best. It's been 3 years since Gallup, who just turned 28, was able to move the needle on the offensive end. However, the idea of what he could be offensively for a team like Baltimore could be enough to help him get a new contract, perhaps on a shorter, prove-it deal. Gallup has lost many of the separation skills that made him such a dynamic presence early in his Cowboys career, as he hasn't recorded more than 500 yards in a season since 2020. Even though he was healthy last season, he found himself buried behind CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks in Dallas. Gallup is still a physical receiver who can win in contested catch situations. With the lanky Flowers and still developing Bateman as the top two targets, the Ravens could have some use for a veteran player with safe hands in a Todd Monken offense that has thrived with similar players in the past. Gallup becoming the third wide receiver, possibly competing with a player Baltimore selects on day 2 of the 2024 NFL Draft, would be a better carry than throwing what's left of Beckham. With re-signed Nelson Agholor able to step in if either continues to struggle, Baltimore will have depth, if nothing else, at receiver next year. If Gallup is able to return physically to his physical self at the start of his Cowboys career, the Ravens could finally land a veteran wide receiver signing after years of slip-ups.